That was a good beat, man.
Yes.
So welcome to Knowledge and Relationships.
Yeah.
This is your boy M3 back again with a live stream with my homie DJ Eddie King.
Yeah.
And the title of this video is called Insecure Men.
Yeah.
That's right, you heard it. Insecure men. These weak little boys, man. So, anyways, I want to get to the topic of what makes a man insecure. So, and DJ AK, I'll let you speak in a minute, but chat, what makes a man insecure? What makes him to be presented to be weak? What causes a man to be weak? And we need to know what we're talking about. Most of the time, men are insecure when it comes to, well, women, pretty much. But how did they get to that point? I mean, some men are also insecure when it just comes to relationships in general. And thus they have to like start off with a woman. But the predominantly the mass amount usually has insecurities when it comes to the interaction or the relationships with the opposite gender. What do you think about this, DJ Eddie King?
Well, this is what I think. This is what I think.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So this is how insecure men start.
Okay.
First of all, uh, two two people getting together. That's just the first time or whatever. Um, Men and women. They go on a date. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. Um, they're together for like about a month or two, and the man starts to get. This is where he starts to get insecure. Uh, it could be a few things. It could be because the woman cheated on him.
Okay.
The you know the woman has a lot of guy friends.
Okay.
Um, let's see, or about money.
All right.
The first one is now. Let's just say the woman cheated on him or whatever. Let's just say everything's cool, everything's handy, everything's cool. Okay, so the women cheat on the men,
Mm-hmm.
which causes the man to be insecure. Now, the only way for him to be insecure is if he takes her back too. Also, so if
Okay.
he takes her back,
Mm-hmm.
now it's like you know he's putting tabs on her. Telling her what time to come home, telling the time to call him. What's going on. All this is happening is because she cheated on him.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
which to me, that says right there, okay, if you that insecure, then there's no choice, there's no trust there. There's really no trust there. You're supposed to handle your business before you got hooked up. Let's just say girlfriend, from girlfriend to wife, whatever. You're supposed to deal with that from the beginning. You're supposed to put her in check from the beginning.
Okay.
Put her in check from the beginning. You wouldn't have to be insecure. You wouldn't have to worry about her going out doing whatever it is that she want to do. You know, uh, that's how it turns into for the men to be insecure on that part. Now, the money issue, um, you know, um, men are very insecure with their money. So, if I buy you a pair of Jordans yesterday from, and you telling me I got to buy you another pair of Jordans, which is today,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, well, these shoes, they don't come cheap, you know. You want, so you want me to go to Foot Locker? I just went to Foot Locker and paid $250 for the shoes yesterday, and now you want me to go back there again because these new Scotty Pippens came out, which is $275. Like they don't want to they don't want to spend that much,
Right.
and
Right.
they start to become insecure with their money, so they start hiding their money, they start hiding their money. And, uh, let's see. So they start hiding their money, and of course the majority of women is gonna get upset. Oh, you acting funny with your money. I don't need your money. And then that.
Okay.
But at the same time, they're gonna come back around a couple of days and ask, can I borrow a couple of bucks? And that. Look, I'm not finna buy no shoes, man. All right? No. I just want you to buy me this dress down the street. For what? Where you going? No, I'm just playing. Now listen.
Okay.
No. But
And then the third thing,
being insecure, I think it's a waste of time if you got to be insecure. I mean, unless they want to work it out, they want to work things out. Even though she cheated, if they want to work things out, then yeah, he's going to be insecure. Mm-hmm. You got to get him in at least like 3 years for him to get his confidence back.
Okay, and so what about the third thing that you mentioned, that the woman could also have a lot of male friends?
Okay. Now, the woman probably has a lot of male friends before they even hooked up or whatever. Mm-hmm. It depends. It depends on the woman. It depends on her body language. It depends. Like if you've been sitting up there talking to this man, I know that's your friend. I'm sitting over here. If you've been talking to this man for like 20 to 25 minutes, that's too long.
Yeah.
That's what an insecure man would say with like that. That's too long.
Right.
Does he have the right to be insecure on that part? Yeah, 25 minutes is a long time, even though they probably knew each other for quite a bit, maybe years and stuff, but they together, they girlfriend, boyfriend, or they could be wife and husband, If they was just having fun, that's different. There's no need to be insecure. If they just out having fun, messing around with each other, having fun or whatever, that's different. But if they together, then you have to really keep a close eye out on the women who has multiple guy friends.
Okay.
They just, the majority of the time it'd be, it'd be these sometimes it'd be the pretty boys, sometimes it'd be the muscular man, the big guys. It's just like it depends on what the man see. It depends on what the man see is going on.
Right.
But she knows what's happening. If the guy put his arms around you for this long, walk you down the street and stuff, and your boyfriend is sitting right there, so of course he's gonna think, like, hey, what's going on? Well, why is he going down the street? He taking my home down the street, and see that causes a problem.
Yeah, and that makes sense because see, here's a thing, right? I'll look at it. I just took a little bit of notes into this because, and I want to start off with the last one. Okay, like the male friends. Now, normally I would apply this to both men and women because, anybody could be insecure. But since we're talking about mostly like the men, I just want to touch up on there for a minute. So when you're an insecure guy, most insecure men develop their insecurity because of their own personal selves that they never really worked on. And so when you already in your mind feel like that person is too good for you, when you have that mindset, because that's where it starts off, that insecurity part. So when you don't deal with your insecurities and you're dealing with a woman that has a higher quality of looks than you, you're all automatically is going to feel insecure because you think in your mind you don't deserve to be with this woman. And so, but you wind up sabotaging yourself because now you want to mate guard. A lot of insecure guys, how I could see the insecurities come out is when they're mate guard. So they're holding on to their female type. They're texting, they're talking, they're saying a bunch of sweet nothings in their ear. It's almost 24/7. The woman can't breathe. You're
Mhm.
always in this personal space. And
Mhm.
so when when that happens, you give that woman those signals that you can't live your life without the constant validation that you receive from that woman.
Mhm.
You can't even live without the constant validation from your personal friends, your family, could be co-workers, whoever that you highly look up to, but you haven't dealt just haven't dealt with that insecurity. Um,
Mhm.
Now for men, as far as with the money aspect, um, see it really depends on the amount of resources and the amount of money that you have.
Mhm.
Usually, when a man gets insecure about spending, it's usually because they're broke. And with that, you don't want to feel like you can't provide for that woman financially. Well, honestly, in my opinion, you shouldn't even worry about trying to provide anyone financially until you got your own stuff together,
Mhm.
and you can prepare yourself financially, take care of yourself financially by
Mhm.
yourself. Then you can worry about, hey, whoever you're with, can you take care of them if you're married to this person, or you guys will make that lifelong commitment.
Mhm.
And so the part about that you said about women cheat, yeah, that was a good answer because I was going to say that. Well, if the guy decides to take that woman back, he already loses the trust.
Mhm.
But the thing is, that to me, when you take somebody back after when they cheat on you, you're already signaling to that woman that you have very low self-esteem about yourself.
Right, and that's when he turns insecure because
Yes.
he can't trust you now. You
Hmm.
know, right, right.
Not only he becomes even more insecure, but now the woman feels like in her head that she could run over him
Mm-hmm.
because now you give her that power.
Yeah,
So
automatic.
yeah.
Right. Yep.
What
So,
what else do you think about insecure men? Do you have
well,
any stories that you want to share?
this well the
That's
story I want to share.
about
Okay, the story I want to share. Oh man, where can I start? Oh man. I'm just gonna put it like this. Long story short, went out with this girl. Um, uh, she was with a guy. I ain't gonna say no names, but this guy was, he was abusive.
yeah.
He was very insecure, um, and basically she was tired of his stuff, and she wanted to move on. So my story come in at it's like me and her we had got together. It's cool and everything. Obviously, he couldn't take it. You know, um, at some point, kept coming by my house back and forth. And sometimes you get to a point to where you just snap, you just lose it. Sometimes you try to hold it in, try to ignore it, but it's like when you get to a certain point, you just snap, man. And
Yeah.
that's what happens. So, uh, uh, she went to work, doing her duties, doing whatever it is that she's doing, working hard. This individual comes down to the job and start harassing her. This ain't happened once, not twice, but three times. So I was just like, you know what, man, let me go down here. You know, she had called me on the phone and told me what was going on. So I went down there, not really to beat him up or nothing like that. I was really just coming down there talking to him, like, hey
Yeah.
man, chill out, whatever. So I finally see him. He's on a bike, And I see him. I'm like, yo, man, why you keep coming down here? You know what I mean? Why you keep coming down here wrestling like that? Next thing you know, he take off his backpack. Was digging in his backpack, and the question is, am I going to sit there and wait on what he pulls out of that backpack? No, no, hell no. So I kicked him in his mouth. Boom. And then basically we got to a fight, wrestling, boom, boom, boom. Again, the blues. And then after that, police was coming. And I got on the bus and I jet. Um, so it had it started like it became a big problem. The guy was still insecure. He didn't come around after the fact until like 2 weeks later. Early in the morning, he tried it again, tried to come on down to the job, but at the time I couldn't do anything because there was cameras. So he's like sitting right in front of the job where there's cameras, so I couldn't do nothing to him anyway.
Yeah.
So I ignored him. Long story short, I'm going home, and he tried to run up on me with a stick. I took the stick from him, just used these hands and gave him the business. Boom, 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 boom. He ran off like a little coward.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, kept calling the police, calling the police back and forth. Police coming back and forth to my house. All this is true. I got proof that this man called the police on me too. Other than that, he tried everything he can to try to make me feel like, okay, well, I'm doing all this to him. She's not worth all of this or whatever, and this and that.
Yeah.
So I guess he thought that he can move me out of my shell or something, And the guy is complete racist, which kept me around too a lot, because I don't like the dude. I still don't like the dude to this day. He ain't came around. He know what time it is if he do come around here. But anywho, that's the story that I have. Sometimes we need to be a little more careful too, because secure guys out here, they don't think, man. They don't think. They don't stop and think for like about 5 minutes. They just go straight forward without even thinking, without even using their head,
Right.
instead of sitting down, talking, or realizing what's going on. Like y'all got to stop chasing these females out here that don't want to be with y'all. Really, y'all got to stop doing that. It's dangerous. If she doesn't want to be with you, then she don't, then accept it. Because if you don't, you're just bringing more consequences to yourself. You're creating a problem for yourself. That's all.
Yeah, you just adding more like drama
Go
to
for
it.
the women too. Same thing go for the women too. There is some crazy women out there too that do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like 2 days ago, the guy got all his car window busted because he didn't want to be with his girl no more.
Wait, he got his rims busted because he didn't do what?
The windows. He had all his 4 windows busted, and she spray painted his car because the guy didn't want to be with her anymore because he found out that she cheated on him.
Oh,
So I
wow.
guess she couldn't take a no for an answer, so she started doing all that stuff and damaged his car, flattened his tires, Actually, she tried to set the car on fire, but it backfired on her. But I guess one of the neighbors called the police, and she was arrested. I guess, but she got right back out the next day, and she did it again. Because he went out and bought a rental car, she did it again. So it's crazy women out there. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, man. But my situation, I would love to share with the people, but I can't really share right now because it's too long, But I want the people to know, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be with whoever you want to be. Do not let nobody get you out of your cell and tell you who you can or who you can't be with. You have the right to do what you want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my stories, man, and that's deep, man. Like especially like when you're getting into a situation because some guy feels a certain type of way, where it be like a woman mostly or money.
Yeah.
My thing is like when I see a bunch of insecure men, it's usually men who get upset that I am married, but yet I still know how to interact and talk to other people. Like I'm not afraid to like speak my mind. So I guess that's what gravitates people towards me
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they see someone like me who's like, okay, I'm just trying to live my life, have fun, enjoy it to the full. I'm not stressing over. Plus, I'm already at a level where I don't have to try to pursue because I don't get into the level of chasing anyways. That's not even in my category.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of men, a lot of men spend most of the time chasing after women because we was all taught that was the way how to win a woman's heart over.
Mm-hmm.
But then the reality kicks in, and you have to just get over the fact that you will never, you don't have that shot with that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at some given point, at one point, you probably did have a shot, but after that, whatever you did wrong, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no like redos or take backs. The only thing you could do pretty much is move on with your life and continue to live a life where you could just be free and happy with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But men, they don't get that. I think it starts off by the way how they approach a woman
It's
and
that
just
too.
get
That's
rejected.
one. Mm-hmm.
But when you get rejected by maybe one or two women, you start to look at all the women as if you know they don't like you or as if like you're ugly. And a lot of us, we're not ugly guys at all one bit.
Mm-hmm.
At least like most of us, we just need help in learning how to
Approach a woman.
build our self-esteem up.
Oh.
That way we could kill those insecurities when it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, DJ Eddie King?
Huh?
I said, you got any other thoughts?
Oh. Any other thoughts? Let me see. Well, this is what I want to say. Um. For the men out there. Um. I'm. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. Um. I wouldn't chase. I wouldn't chase no woman. I wouldn't chase no woman. I mean, the only reason why I say I wouldn't chase no woman because I know how to communicate with them. Like, if some of y'all don't know how to communicate with them, it's okay to ask somebody. It's all right. Don't feel embarrassed. I was like that too back in the day, a long time ago. I didn't know how to communicate, but um, just get some practice. It's not about like if you are ugly guy or nothing like that. It's just the way how you approach women, the way how you talk to her. You know, so if some guys, you know, conversation is just lame, and then
Mm-hmm.
some of them are all right. You know, but I just see a lot of guys approach women the wrong way though, man. And these women out here getting smart. They ain't falling for that the same OVO chick no more. You know, and that's why nowadays they want guys to chase them now.
mm-hmm.
You know, they're getting smarter and smarter, man. But I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not chasing nobody. You know,
Yeah.
um, but I'd advise the guys that like this is what I'm talking about space. When you are in a relationship, you know, fellas, A lot of times I see, like I got a lot of friends, man. I see that sometimes they be stressed out sometimes because the women wants to hang on your shoulder constantly every 5 minutes. You know, she wants to be underneath you every single day, every 2 seconds. It's okay to tell the woman that you know, you need some little bit of space. You know, make sure you put it in English because the word space, they thinking like, oh, you know, what does that mean? Are you leaving me? Blah 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 blah. Make sure you write it down and put it in English form. You know, uh, it's okay to ask for a little bit of time, a little bit of space. You don't have to keep sleeping in the same bed with them every night. You know, because I know sometimes you get irritated. You know, um, I know somebody out there. Oh, me and my husband sleep together every night. I know some women out there saying that, but at the same time, you don't know what the guy is thinking. You know, you don't know what the guy is thinking sometimes. You know, he's just scared to tell you. You know, a lot of times our men are scared to speak up for themselves because they feel like the women's gonna take it the wrong way because women are emotional too. You know,
Yeah.
very emotional. You know, I feel like I just want to tell the women, you know, don't be underneath your man so much to where you are smothering him. Give him a little space. You know what I mean? Let him breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let him go hang out with his boys at the bar or something. You know, get that
Yeah.
time. You know, so he can think too. Also, you know, because we the men in the house, we got to pay bills. You know, we got to pay the rent, we got to pay the PG&E, we got to figure this stuff out. Like sometimes we can't have y'all underneath us all the time. You know, we got to think how we gonna get this money, how we gonna pay this bill, how we gonna get food on the table for the next 2 weeks. You got to give us a little bit of space sometime. You know, don't take it the wrong way.
Right, right.
You know,
Which brings me up to that topic of the next topic of insecure women, because you know, I, because the thing is, everything that you said, you're definitely on key, on point on that one,
Mhm.
because uh, which is why you know if you're if you're a simp, you're just a person that put that person on a pedestal where you
Mhm.
feel like you're not even worthy to be in a relationship with that person. And that goes the same thing for women as well too,
Right,
from what I'm learning.
right,
Some women could feel like because of a man's success that they themselves are not worthy enough. Probably unless if they went to college, got a little degree or whatever that they could kind of show off, then maybe they could have something to be like kind of rely on to make their self esteem feel good.
Mhm.
But realistically, when it comes down to it, the finer and younger you are, um, the better you become, basically, when it comes to getting to that right man. However, even the prettiest ones are also the most insecure ones because the pretty girls they date these high profile type of men, and because of high profile type of men has other women that they could really look for. I mean, they could probably just treat you like garbage, while a lot of men will just worship you, put you on a pedestal, treat you like treasure. So even the prettiest women, has like the most insecurities as well too, which is why if you if you just stop caring, if you stop giving a lot of attention to them, they will actually go crazy and flip out.
Mhm.
So because women constantly need that validation to make them feel good about themselves.
And a lot of times, the reason why women feel insecure about the top of the line men that they want is because they're in competition with either their best friend or their so-called sister that they call sister or whatever. They're in competition because you got a girl over here that says, "Oh, well, my husband is a lawyer, you know," and he got one over here that said, "Oh, my husband is a longshoreman, or something like that. Oh, he's a Marine. Oh, he's in the Navy. So they go out. So that makes a woman feel like, dang, man, I need a top of the line guy, just to showboat and also, to marry or whatever, wherever they're going to be, whatever. But it was about showboating too,
Mm-hmm.
Or when somebody asks them, well, what do your men do? Oh, well, my man did that. They very insecure about that. Being big, going to try to get the top of the line guy, but at the same time, that don't last very long because these top of the line guys, the majority of them already have like about 6, 7 women before they met you. They already went a few women.
Right.
4 or 5 women already. This top of the line guy, but that's one reason why they they can be insecure. They won't. They like to showboat. They like to showboat.
And then this brings me to my next topic, but is related for women. Why women pretty much choose over, we'll just say like high value men over men who are like lower value. Like a lot of times, why is it that when a man has other women that's coming after them or is in a relationship, why do these same women go after the man that has pretty much the most women as opposed to someone who has no women at all? I mean, okay, logically, right? Probably the way how we look at it, wouldn't it make more sense if women choose a man that is single but is not casually dating anyone? That doesn't have, or someone who doesn't have a girlfriend and is available. But a lot of times they chase after the ones who are mostly not available and they just keep trying to pursue, or they'll keep throwing themselves after the guy who has a majority amount of women. And I know the answer for that part, but I want to hear your opinion to it first.
Okay, before we get to that, I think you got somebody in the comment section. You see it?
Let's see. Original brother, full of soul. Good evening, fam. Loving the video so far. Great convo, and there's a lot of learning and wisdom from it so far. My brother, I just want to say, hey, thank you for your comment. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. Share the video around. This is just like a chill night for me and DJ Eddie King. Let's talk about just women and men in general, and just we have more conversations to go. So just want to let you guys know, and girls as well too. Please subscribe to my channel every Friday in the morning. Sometimes I have like a scheduled video that's coming out, which is one that's coming out tomorrow. And then every now and then I'll do live streams. Okay. Yeah. My bad, DJ Eddie Kane. You got anything else you want to share about?
Oh, anything else I want to share? Okay, let's see. Now far as the women out here
Mm-hmm.
who are married,
Yeah.
The majority of y'all, let me tell y'all something. You have guy friends. A lot of women have guy friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guy friends where they usually text, call, back and forth, advice, hanging out, things like that. Um, but when y'all get married, we see you on the street and you act like you don't know this individual.
Mm-hmm.
This was your friend that you've been knowing for like 20, 25 years, let's just say, and you don't speak to him because you with your husband, and you feel it'd be rude and disrespectful just to speak. It's not rude. This is your old school friend. You say, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. But
Mm-hmm.
majority of people don't even do that. Y'all get on there and say, oh, well, my husband is this, my husband is that. Don't nobody want to hear about him all the time. Yo, let me tell you something. Your husband ain't helping nobody paying nobody rent, nobody PG&E, nobody phone bill, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And my thing is, if you can ignore the person on the street, if you can ignore the person on Facebook, why do you have them in the first place? It can be Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Why do you have them as a friend? Y'all might as well just delete all your guy friends and keep all your girlfriends
Mm-hmm.
and just leave it like that, unless they're related to you, unless you got guy friends related to you. Other than that, y'all might as well just delete all your guy friends. If you guys are, if you females is feeling that way, delete all the guy friends. It's just that simple. You can't go around and complain about certain things that this guy is doing. You mad because he liked your status when you post up the picture? You turn around and say and send him a message and say, well, hey, you've been liking a couple of my pictures now. I think that's enough. That's enough now. That's enough. I didn't heard about I heard about a couple of people that did this before.
Yeah.
To a guy friends I know, and all they did was just like the pictures, like the comments, whatever they said. Hey, I'm with you. Boom. Okay, that's enough now. My husband is watching. You don't need to do all that. You've liked too many comments. You've liked too many my pictures. Start doing that now. I mean, if y'all feel like that, delete all the guy friends.
See the thing.
Having them as your friend, if you guys are gonna do that, it don't make no sense. That's stupid.
Yeah. See the thing is that women will always like line their guys up. You know what I mean? And that's a thing that men need to start doing as well too.
Yeah.
But the way how I look at it is because there was a point I was trying to make about let me go back to my band real quick. Oh, the point I was trying to make, like why women will go after pretty much we call them high value men.
Mm-hmm.
The way how I described it, is like they go after the person who has like the most women or who is a catch. I'll say to like women versus someone who is not of a catch. And then yours is a little similar because if a woman's posting pictures, right, and she's in a relationship, obviously she's doing that for attention to have other guys that's looking at her, liking her pictures and all that. The problem is if it's someone that she's not attracted to, she's gonna label that as something that's creepy. Versus the high value man in that woman's eyes, he could do the same thing, like a picture or whatever, a few of them, and she will enjoy it. She won't say nothing to address that situation. She would let it go because that's who she wants to like her pictures, to pursue her, to write her a message, a DM, saying, "Hey, baby, hey," you know what I mean? Like they're looking for those type of men to slide in and pursue them. You know, they're not looking for these average Joes or these below average simp males. They don't want nobody drinking their bath water. Not like that. They do want control and some kind of power to life, but deep down inside, they want a man that they could look up to. And if they could find a man that they could look up to and allow to lead, then that's where you're going to get the most cooperation from that woman. Otherwise, she's going to just treat you like a simp. And for those who don't know what a simp is, it's a person that puts another person on the pedestal. So you'll hear that mostly that guys will put women on a pedestal, but from what I've learned, and shout out to Bishop for the knowledge on that part, but what I learned that women can also be simps as well too. It's just a little different. We don't look at women as simps because we always look at women that have a lot of options, which in reality, the majority of them has a lot of fake options. And what I mean by fake options, they have those type of guys that they just choose to settle down with because they can't get rid of the real men that they're really looking for. So you gotta have an imitation, like imitation crab. You know, not getting the real deal. It tastes like the real deal, but it's not. It's a fake crab. So that's the same way how women, when they choose their men that they choose to settle down with, because unfortunately, those like high value men that you're looking for, the NBA players, the technicians, engineers, whoever that has good social status, social proof, finances, good looks, handsome. Like, it's rare to find those type of people who are really willing to settle down for an average woman, an average looking woman to be exact, and just sit down and start a family with. It just doesn't work like that. You know? Maybe a little, but not all the time. So that's where you get this messed up 2020 ritual, like with these women with abundance of fake options. So, but yeah, like I said, you could like a woman's picture. You could slide a DM and say whatever you want to say to her. You could like talk trash or whatever, and she'll be like, "Oh, you're so funny" or whatever. But let you be labeled as like the creepy guy, the one that she don't like. She gonna be like, you know what? If you don't stop texting me or stop looking at me right now, I am going to call the cops. You know, and be quick to get your behind arrested.
I was speaking about something like that earlier when the guy liked a couple of pictures or a couple of comments, not all in the same day. It's like other on every other days. The person might like the comment, stuff like that. Not saying me, I just know people that has done that, and they was and the majority of these women were making threats, like call the police, or try to use their husband as a gladiator, to go handle her lightweight and stuff like that right there. Stuff like that, that's petty. That's petty stuff right there. When you women out there accomplish some good, let's just say y'all get an NBA player, even though some of y'all don't even like basketball. But let's just say y'all got an NBA player. Okay, that's fine. Hey, I'm happy for you. Boom. You don't go around pretending like you better than everybody. Oh my!
Mm.
You don't go around and keep saying the same thing. Oh, my husband is an NBA player. Okay, you told us that already last week. We already know that. What is that? What is that doing for me? That's not doing nothing. You know. Oh, my man is in the NFL. What do you do? What do you do? You feel me? Like stop doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, be blessed of what you have. Hey, don't go around here showboating like that and point fingers at everybody like they ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Like you're better than everybody. Let's not forget, he's in the NBA. You not. You can't even dribble a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just be yourself. Be yourself.
Mm.
You know, even when you become rich, let's say when you become rich on your own, just be yourself. You ain't got to change. What do you change it for?
That's a
There's no
that's.
point for you to change. Just be yourself. You
Mm.
know, I say it to all the women out there. You know, all the picky women. Just be yourself. You know, keep it real.
I
You
think.
know,
Yeah.
and then the majority of the time, you know, when you do got a boyfriend and you got this other guy coming around that's a doctor, you don't leave your boyfriend that you've been with for 18 years or something like that, or 17 years to be with a doctor that you barely even know. And he
Mm.
got money. Yes, he got money, but you don't do that. That's wrong. You know, I'm just using an example. You know, I'm just saying in general, whatever. That's wrong. You know,
Yeah.
that's wrong. You guys have, you women have to be careful on a lot of things that y'all do. You know, as far as the men, you know, um, the men out there need to figure out. You know what? I'm not even gonna get on them. I'm gonna change the subject on that. That's another story. But you go ahead and say what it
Yeah.
is that you want to say, M3.
Yeah. You know, I'll say this like as a closing announcement because we are like kind of pressed on time, and of course, unfortunately, I have to get ready for work. But hey, after tomorrow, woo!
I gotta
You
get
know,
ready.
you get to enjoy my Thanksgiving weekend, man. Um,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, you know, we have a week off for Thanksgiving, so
Oh, you have a week off for Thanksgiving. Oh, okay.
yeah. So after tomorrow work, then I ain't got to worry about work for a whole week. But
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm gonna just say this, man, for the men, right? Because I know, man, like for a while, for the past few live streams, I know we've been talking about women a lot,
Yeah.
and even this live stream, we still talk about women because women is a part of you know human relationships with men. So usually, whenever a man has a problem, it's usually because he has a problem with dealing with the opposite gender. He doesn't know what to really say. He doesn't know how to carry himself. Like a lot of us hasn't really been taught, or we probably haven't taught, but we've been taught mostly through society in a way how we're socially programmed. So, society really messes up a lot. The TV
Mm-hmm.
shows and everything else, and it kind of plays like its own rules against us, which kind of sucks. But you know, it's never too late um, to be better than what you are, to be different.
Mm-hmm.
But
Um,
you know, guys they just get too insecure, man, because they never really took the time to practice on improving on their own self worth.
mm-hmm.
Maybe sometimes maybe it's a body transformation. You're probably like 300 pounds, and you need to like lose X amount of weight in order for you to feel better about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just using that as an example. You know, I know the one thing you can't change is your height. So those are something that you have to just kind of come to reality and just
Mm-hmm.
know that hey, I'll never be 6'5" or anything like that. So, but let me exert my own strength, the ones that I'm really good at, and then present it out there to the world.
Right.
Right. Men are just too afraid to. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say too afraid. I just think they don't have the proper guidance.
They don't have. You're right about that. You're right
Mhm.
about that. And sometimes men need to. Sometimes y'all don't need to bite y'all tongue all the time. Y'all need to hold y'all tongue. Say what you feel. Just find the right words to say it though. Um, as far as the other 50% of the men out there, don't assume everything of what a woman is doing. But don't assume that she's doing things behind your back. You got to find proof. We go off for this thing called proof. If you don't have proof of anything she's doing, then you should never speak on it. You should never even speak about it.
Right.
But it is important to sit down and talk to your woman, about it. If you feel like you should talk to her about it, then go ahead and talk about it. If you
Hmm.
feel like it's bothering you, sit down and talk to her. Don't go behind her back and then go and be with another woman behind her back, just because you assume that she has something going on,
Yeah.
you know. And at the same time, you probably seen her at the liquor store with a guy, and that guy could be her cousin, could be her brother. You never know, You don't know. You got to be careful. Investigate first. Find proof before taking that next step. That's all I'm gonna say about the guys. Don't be a dirty dog out there. Don't
Yeah.
be a dirty dog. Don't be insecure for nothing. Don't be insecure by just assuming things. Yeah, you got to investigate. You got to find proof. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing now. We're not going off about hearsay. But if you see something of what your girlfriend is doing or your wife is doing, you pull it to the side and say, "Hey, look, check this out, man. I don't like the fact that blah blah blah." Just talk to her.
Hmm.
Don't hurt. You ain't got to get into an argument with her. That's what you don't do. Don't argue with no woman.
Yeah.
Argue with no woman, man, because all they're going to you can't win. You wasting your time.
Well, it's no point try to lose to be right. You know what I mean? Like you have to you just have to know what to really say. You
Yeah.
know, and and I know I'm going slightly off topic as far as like the insecurities of both men and women, but the thing is, you want to be like this kind of guy that understands women, that knows how
Yeah.
to deal with them,
Mm-hmm.
that is, you know, that has his personal life together, where you no longer have to put the woman on a pedestal. Like you just don't. Your only desire is to focus on building your own self up. I just want to say, everyone, thank you for watching. My live stream for knowledge and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, I'm already getting sleepy as is, and it's 11:29, and I got a few more hours before I have to get ready for work. But definitely, please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Knowledge and Relationships. And, if you feel like you want to donate, please do. My cash app is $Mario Marion. Until then, you guys have a great day.
Guys, have a great night.
All right. All right. Thank you, DJ Eddie King.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for letting me come on your show.
Hey, anytime, man.
All right, man.
Ooh, my eyes are getting wet.